Hello, YouTube. Sorry for the bad camera work. I didn't borrow my tripod, but I decided to make this a short little video to highlight this. This is a PowerBook 145B. At least that's what it claims to be. I'm not sure if it is, but that's probably accurate. Because I don't think this has ever been replaced. Because under the thing, the hard drive icon says the name and then 145. So it's probably the same. This is rare. At least from what I've seen. No wear spots on any of the keys. Trackball works. Well, it stopped working for a while, but I cleaned it and now it works again. Works perfectly again. The battery is missing, but I think what happened is it may have started leaking, so the previous owner took it out. I bought this several months ago, back in June, and it's December. But that's not the most surprising thing about this. The most surprising thing is that date right there. Of course. Oh, wait. It does say 2016. Really? Really? Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense because it has 4 places for the date. Wow. I did not think it could actually hold a date that high, but it does. It's actually a 3 minutes slow, but when I got this, it said like January 8th or something, 1904, or about it was done. I just got tired of looking at a wrong date. So when I powered this up before, a minute ago, I set the date. Then I shut it down, and I've just booted back up, and it has the exact date. Same exact date. That means, at least I believe that this means, that the clock battery in this is still good. Now, before I got this, I have no idea how long it had been since this thing ran. Because I got it, and didn't run. It did not run. Someone at some point apparently tried to hook up power or something to it that was too much for it. Cause I opened it up, there was a burned out diode on it, right by the DC in jack. So apparently someone was not that careful and burned out the diode, either by plugging in something that too much power or something or something of that sort. So, yeah, that. But another thing that's really weird about this computer, which is interesting, is it has a 250 megabyte hard drive in it. And when I took it apart, I looked at the label on the thing. It said 250 megabytes right on it. And it had the Apple logo on the label. Means it came from Apple. I have no idea why. Why? Maybe if. Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay, I just turned on micro and I can get better views of the screen and everything. That's cool. I've never tried that before. Cool. So, yeah. Passive. It has one of those grayscale. It has I think it's called passive matrix display. You have to adjust the contrast. That's the only thing with this. If it moves around too much, the contrast I constantly have to adjust the contrast if I'm moving it around or doing stuff with it or something, because the contrast gets misaligned all the time. As you can hear, the hard drive just stopped spinning. This is a SCSI hard drive. And I looked up the specs, and isn't supposed to have a 250 megabyte hard drive in it. Now let's see if we can do this. Memory. As you can see, so right there, built under virtual memory thing, you have the hard disk, and it says available on disk 233 megabytes. Now, that's a lot more than any powerbook I've seen demonstrated on YouTube. So I don't know what the heck is up with this. And no, I have not changed that. The previous owner set the virtual memory to 13 megabytes. This did have an external RAM card plugged into it, which I forget if it was 8. I think it was now 4 megabytes, so it would increase to 8 megabytes in the computer, and then 13 megabytes virtual memory on the drive. So there was a decent amount of memory in this thing. You can say it's just a standard PowerBook with the trackball and everything. And I don't think you saw that, but has a standard port on the back, the ADB port, the 2 serial, line in, line out, SCSI, and all of that. The dual power port door is broken off. It came that way. it does not have a modem in, so apparently this was a very cheap, well, low-end machine. No. It was a very low-end, well, someone was trying to keep a low-end machine. Buy it as looks like they tried to buy it as inexpensively as they could from Apple and then upgrade it. Or I have no idea what happened for it to get a big hard drive like that. Did someone buy that hard drive from Apple and put it in themselves? Or did someone just order a much larger hard drive be put into this computer when they got it from Apple? Or did someone send it back to Apple to have it fixed and have a bigger hard drive put in at that point? I have no idea, but I do know it has a big hard drive in it. Which is cool. So I don't think I will ever do this. I may put that a RAM card back into it at some point. If I find I need to. I don't think I need to. Oh, that is much better. Crank up the brightness and crank the contrast. It's perfect. Screen looks perfect how it is right there. Well, this video is running a little long, so I just wanted to show off this thing. If people want, I'll go into a little more detail on it, but I just had to outline that I was amazed that it kept the clock setting. So was it possible that the battery inside of the clock battery inside of this thing was rechargeable? And when I plugged it in and recharged it, so now it can keep the clock setting? I don't know. And just so you people know, this is running 7.OS753. That's the version of macOS this is running. This can run up to 7.55. But oh well. It's good for me. I've had this computer just basically sitting on a shelf since I bought it. I've powered it on a couple times, mostly because at first it did not come with a power supply or the battery. Clearly, the battery's still missing. But I did come across and buy the a power supply for this. An actual Apple PowerBook's power adapter, which I was amazed at. Because I got the power adapter, I was going to a computer flea market, and someone had it at their thing, and I asked how much they wanted for it, And of course, every time I've asked about a power supply, even for a modern Mac, it's been something like $20 or something, which is, I find crazy because you can get them for like 13 on eBay. But a person told me, she said $5. No, you heard me right. $5. So, of course I jumped on it and bought it. $5 for an actual Apple? Something actually made by Apple? Wow. I was amazed. I should actually probably mention how much I paid for this machine. I actually bought it along with that the G3 Apple Power Mac G3. Apple Power Mac G3. So, you know, I bought them together for $25? Yeah, $25. Both of them. $25. Amazing. Of course. Of course this didn't work at the time. Which, yeah, I do give it that. And I'm probably gonna have to, if I want to actually get a working battery for this, I'm probably gonna have to find a cheapo dead battery pack for this and rebuild it with new NiCad cells. Cause I'm pretty sure that's what this used originally. Only has 2 contacts, positive and negative, so it wouldn't be able to it's not like a modern battery. So, well, I've rambled on a lot for a long time about this. And so this is my powerbook. So it's a nice computer. There's no wear spots on it at all. What someone probably had an ADB keyboard and mouse hooked up to this thing though its entire life, and it sat on the desk. It probably sat on the desk with the ADB keyboard and mouse plugged into it most of his life, used as a desktop computer. And well, I have no problem with that. I'm actually if that's correct, I hope that's actually what happened, because okay, let's start over. I'm glad when people actually do that to old computers, especially laptops, because they are left in perfect condition for the person who comes after them, which is no exception on this one. So this is a nice computer. Of course, of course, it does only have 4 megabytes of memory on board, which the system takes 3, is using like 3.3 megabytes of that just to run basically the desktop. No, the desktop with one window open. So, yeah. I think the reason I took the memory card out of it at some point was because a computer didn't want to work with that card plugged into it. But I did and when I put this together, I actually had to leave out a decent number of screws that held it together originally, because I would try putting one screw and it would start shorting out. It would start pulling a bunch of current through it. So there's actually probably some issue with something shorting to the grounding rail on the circuit board. So when you put in a specific screw that contacts that grounding rail and contacts it to ground, it shorts out. That's probably why the diode blew out, because something started shorting out and it was just pulling too much current and it burned out the diode. But I've fixed that problem for now. I've taken the screws are not in. The screws are not shorting it out. Clearly it wouldn't be working if it was shorting out. But, yeah. So, it all works. Beautiful screen, no problem with it. No problem with the screen. Perfect. There. It seems to be. There isn't much. And there isn't much issue with this. I'm just gonna shut this down so you can see how quickly this shuts down. Hit. Shut down. Shutting down. And it shuts down really quickly like that. Of course, it takes longer to power up. Turn this on. Powering it up. Happy Mac. Welcome to Macintosh. I did shut this down, so it's probably gonna go. Or maybe not. Or maybe it will take as long as it usually does. Yeah. Long way from the 10 second turn on that some of the Chromebooks nowadays can claim. And yes, I did look up specs on one specific Chromebook did advertise a 10-second turn on, which this is clearly not. But My camera is running out of battery, and this is running low on its, and the SD card's filling up. So, well, I think I've shown you enough about this computer. Comes up to a desktop. As you can see, the contrast is off again. Well, it doesn't show up on the camera, but trust me, it's not the same as before. So, well, I'm just gonna, well, this video is getting long, so I'm just gonna stop this and put it on, upload it to YouTube. So, I'll say, if you like this video, give some up. If you didn't, some down. And if you want to see more videos like this, like always, consider subscribing. And till next video. Until the next video.